Hey guys, it's Tulin here and welcome to Tulin's Tech Talks. Today is a tribute to Privacy Awareness Week. I'll be covering off privacy by design for system developments. This is not only for Privacy Awareness Week, but it is also a GDPR requirement. So everyone will need to be thinking about this for all of their future projects and developments. So I want to go through a couple of pointers real quick. First one is privacy must be proactive and not reactive, and this is very important. So you need to anticipate and prevent events that violate privacy, and then you need to incorporate this into your design for all of your projects. Developers need to understand, and I'm sure that they do, that privacy doesn't come as a default setting for any of the systems or any applications that they may develop. And this is important to include this from the start of the project, from the development, from the design idea phase, all the way through to the end of the project and throughout the data life cycle. So 2, privacy must be the default setting, which I was mentioning earlier. This needs to be considered from the design phase of your project. You need to make sure that privacy is always a default setting and it doesn't stay open for users to then go back into their settings and change their privacy settings. For example, with social media, which we've seen in the last couple of months, when a user logs in and creates an account, you need to make sure that privacy is a default setting for them and do not leave it open for others to be able to collect their data in any shape or form without informing the user first. Next is that privacy needs to be embedded in the design, which I went through earlier as well. So you need to ensure that this is key and it's considered from the very start when it's an idea phase, through design, through development, user acceptance testing, further testing, review, all the way to production. And you need to be checking privacy at each of these checkpoints. Next is that privacy integrations must offer full functionality and be positive sum and not zero sum. And this is also quite important. You need to accommodate all interests in a win-win manner with security and privacy. Next is that systems must offer end-to-end security and a full life cycle of data protection. So what I mean by this is the entire life cycle of the data. So as soon as a user logs in, creates an account, gives you their personal information from name, date of birth, email, username, etc., photos, videos, you need to make sure as a business that when you're collecting this data, you are protecting it all the way up until this user logs out, all the way up until they decide to remove their account with you. And you need to make sure that you do have privacy and security in place until even the point of destruction of that data. Next is that the privacy standards must offer visibility and transparency. This is very important as well, as all parts and operations will be visible to the user and also the providers. Next is that systems must prioritize user privacy. This is very key, and it protects the interests of each and every individual user. Data collectors must always keep the user informed, must always let them know how they're using their data and then how they destruct the data once they're done. So if you want to fully comply with GDPR and with privacy by design, you need to make sure that all of these facets are working well together in all of your future projects. So thank you for listening, guys. Let me know if you have any questions or you want me to dive into anything a little bit deeper. Cheers. Thank you.